going to do is we're going to examine the classic song 25 or 6 to 4 by Chicago. And then more importantly, at least for me, I want to check out, I want to honor Terry Kath, the guitar player, the late guitar player of Chicago. He is the guy that one of the probably 3 or 4 people that Jimi Hendrix says this guy's better than me. And I don't know about all that, like better and best. It's not a race. It's not a competition. But the fact that Jimi Hendrix really dug Terry Kath says a lot about. I think he's understated. I think he's not appreciated enough. So that's why we're going to do this. Also, it's a cool song. So 25 or 6 to 4, we're going to talk chord progressions. We're going to talk about a little bit of the soloing stuff. We're going to talk about highlights of the soloing stuff. We're going to talk about compositional things. All right. So with that said, getting started for the very beginner, if you're just getting started on the guitar, the 25 or 6 to 4 melody is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your 5th fret. 3, 2, F, open. So the last 2 are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you may be asking yourself, where did this chord progression come from? And it's like, I'm going to say it came from the Beatles, but it probably came from somewhere else. It's reminiscent of the song While My Guitar Gently Weeps. There's a chord progression. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You by Led Zeppelin also. Same chord progression. It is a fact, chord progressions cannot be copyrighted, so that means if I take an existing chord progression and put my own melody and my own storyline to it, my own groove and my own backdrop to that same chord progression, that song is mine. Okay, so that is fair game. You can do it too. Okay, so, and it's not plagiarizing. Chord progressions aren't copyrightable. There's not only so many chords and combinations of chords in the world. So with that said, if we power chord that up, when we get to that 3rd chord, what we're doing is I'm going to keep my pinky where it's at, but move my 1st finger down to the 2nd fret. That's called D/F sharp. So that is the main verse of the song. All right, with that said, that's a little little jangly strumming things you can add to the verse as well. Okay, now the chorus is going to be a collection of 4 power chords, and then some little kind of like R&B guitar filler things, which I'll explain. Da 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 da. 25 or 6 to 4. So it's F power chord, C power chord, G power chord, F. Now what? And then when it goes to C, they throw some of those 6th intervals that the Steve Cropper, the Cornell Dupree, which is completely within Terry Kath's his recipes. He's taken from rock, he's taken from jazz, he's taken from rhythm and blues, and they're just a mix mash of stuff. Okay, if we're to do that same thing with the G power chord or the G chord, back to F. Okay. Okay, so then back to the main riff. Okay, so with that said, that is the rhythm section of the song, and that's a lot of what we know the song to be. Like if ever you learn this song, that is what you already learned. So as I said, Terry Kath, their guitar player until 1968, which was like the year that he passed away. He is noted for like what we'll call jazz rock kind of stuff. So it's like every guitar player back then, when they solo, they had blues as a background. And Terry Kath is no different. The minor pentatonic blues is no background. But what Terry Kath did that was different is he's also trying to take some of the jazz musicians' modes and put it into his playing as well. And this is in the late 60s and early 70s that he was doing this, and being real deliberate in some of the note choices that he uses. So so when you're soloing, I'm not gonna. I don't think he ever. I've done some research and I watched him play his stuff, and it is like a free jam. And when I say that, he is kind of like more vibing less about the blues and more kind of about, it almost sounds like Indian music from India, like kind of like raga. It's kind of like a raga. So he seems to be kind of doing that. So with that said, he doesn't play it the same way twice ever. With that, his solo I think is exquisite. We're going to talk about some of it because I think some of his note choices are interesting. So when you get into some of the solo, one of the things I'm going to draw your attention to is that this is my favorite part of the solo. That's exquisite. So that is exquisite. So let me bring this up. So So this thing right here, is that's the use of a harmonic minor scale. Or doing it on all one string and sliding into those notes is a good effect. Okay, so now, that note again, that's harmonic minor. That's harmonic minor. So let's look at that again. All right, so this little run. All right, and he places it, he starts it off on a weird beat, so. All right, now what you can do in this, you're coming up with your own, some of your own improvisational ideas. You can start with the minor pentatonic, and then what we can do is start adding that Dorian note in there. That note, he adds that, and that's what gives it that. So those are just some ideas. A minor pentatonic, add the Dorian in there, practice the Dorian. Anyway, all kinds of things we can do. Take some of his solo, work on creating your own kind of like improvisational thing. All the guys that were dudes, the really good players of the past, the ones we should know them by name. You should be able to speak in their language and take some of the things that they're doing, and and repurpose them in your own way. All right. So this is Rod, Boomer Guitar Sessions, episode 145. Terry Kath, honoring Terry Kath. Not enough people know about him. Now you do. Great guitar player, great bass player too. Used to be a bass player. Hi, this is Rod from Boomer Guitar Sessions. I personally wanted to thank you for being part of our community. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more of it, please hit the like, subscribe, and share. And this helps me spread my musical messages to all over the world. Thank you. I appreciate you. And always remember, you can do this.